Hey, and welcome. I thought it's about time to give you a little life update. What life is here in Sweden after living here for 1 year and 2 months. Time is flying. In this video, I give you a very short recap of what happened in 1 year, where we started, why we moved, and then I will talk about where we are at the moment. So are we happy? What's going on in our lives? So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Julie and I'm originally from Germany. About 1 year and 2 months ago, I moved with my British partner and my 3-year-old daughter from London, UK to just outside Stockholm, pretty much Stockholm, I would say. And I talk about life in Sweden. The ups and downs, my personal opinion, my view on it to help others maybe to understand what it is like to live in Sweden, but also just to share a little bit what it is like to live in Sweden as a foreigner. So just a little recap, we moved here 1 year and 2 months ago because of my partner who got a job here. We wanted to leave the UK for a while and my partner was looking for a job all over the world. And here we are in Sweden after even having job offers in Canada, in I think it was Amsterdam, in Germany, which was very high on the list. But yeah, we made it to Sweden. I could keep my job in the UK and started a business here, which I also made a video if you're interested in that. And I will make an update video very soon, I think, as well, although I am on maternity leave. Yeah, I also have a 5-month-old now, so almost 4-year-old and a 5-month-old baby. So yeah, that happened as well. When we moved to Sweden, I got pregnant and then I also gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. At the very beginning, we arrived in an Airbnb, stayed there for 2 months, and then for almost a year, we rented a house in Nacka in Saltsjöbo. And although it was quite nice, we really wanted to have our own house. And here we are. So many things happened in 1 year. I feel we bought a house and we moved a month ago. And now we are renovating the house a little bit. So I will show you a house viewing very soon as well. So you can imagine we are staying here longer and I'm making sure to record my journey here in Sweden because it's just interesting to know what it is like to live here in Sweden. Okay, let's start with the update. I already mentioned we have a new house. It's a Radhus and we live now in Haninge, which is south of Stockholm. I think by car you maybe need it around maybe 20-30 minutes. And with public transport, it's a bit longer, maybe 45-50 minutes into town. We lived in Nacka before, as I just mentioned, and it was really beautiful. We lived in a residential area. It was surrounded by nature, which was really, really beautiful. But what I really like with our new property is that it's a little community here. So there are a few more houses next to each other, a lot of Radhus. What is the plural of Radhus? You tell me. And we even met quite a few neighbors. We had like proper chats, unlike the rumors of, Swedes are quite reserved and it's really hard to get to know people. We moved here a month ago and yeah, we met a few people and chatted and, this is definitely something we want to continue. We want to get to know the people here who live in this little community. We did live near a beach in Nacka, literally 2-minute walk, which was amazing. But I have to say, we explored a little bit the surroundings here as well. And we found 3 beaches and they're only a 10-minute bike ride away, which is really amazing. And they're so lovely. I still can't believe sometimes how beautiful Sweden is. Like, Stockholm has so much to offer. I can't even imagine the rest of Sweden, which I'm going to explore very soon. But yeah, apart from trying to discover a little bit our surroundings, our neighborhood, we are trying to renovate the house a little bit, painting the walls. It's not too much renovation, which is good. So hopefully in like 1 or 2 months, everything will be done. Fingers crossed. Talking about renovating the house, I wanted to introduce you to Skillshare, a sponsor of this YouTube channel, which also inspired me to get a decent amount of plans, and of course I have to learn all about it now. If you're not familiar with Skillshare, it's an online platform where you can literally learn anything. You can explore creative topics and discover interesting skills. Currently, I learn everything about keeping plants alive, what plants to get and where to put them. I discovered Plants at Home Uplift Your Spirit and Your Space by Christopher Griffin on Skillshare, and he is a fun guide to watch. I can't wait to make our new home in Sweden greener. But this is just one example of many more topics you can explore on Skillshare. Skillshare was so kind to offer a free subscription for 1 month for my viewers. So the first 1,000 people to use the link in the description will get a 1 month free trial of Skillshare. Let me know if you also take any classes on this platform. Then also my daughter is starting preschool again in about 2-3 weeks. And hopefully she will make some new friends. It's very exciting. You know, I'm always excited for my kids as well. And yeah, what I really like here in this area as well, we have a supermarket nearby. It's a 10-minute walk. And then there are other very convenient stores around. Either you just go by bike, a very short ride. And that's a bit of a difference because in Nacka there was nothing around. We really had to go by bus for like 30 minutes or a 30-minute walk to the next supermarket. So although I really like to live a little bit further out, not in the city center, it was almost a little bit too outside. And now I think we're a little bit back to having convenience around, but also behind our house there is a forest, and so far it's really quiet here as well. It's still a residential area, so I feel we have it all now, almost. So yeah, very, very happy. We own a house now here, and we have our little project of renovating it and just making ourselves feeling home. Kind of again or even more in Sweden. And one question actually came from you is, how is my summer or our summer as a family? And I have to say, when we moved here last year in June, on the 1st of June actually, the weather was a little bit more amazing. Like for 2 months, June and July, it was really hot weather. We spent a lot of time at the beaches, which we have done this year for sure. And I just mentioned we have 3 amazing beaches, but the temperature is a little bit cooler than it was last year, which is very odd because the news tell us that everywhere else in Europe it's super hot, like the hottest summer ever. But here in Sweden, it wasn't that hot. Maybe we had a few days of like 28 degrees, but it was cooler, and I think that's actually more usual for Sweden, not to be too hot. But personally, I actually don't like it when it's super hot because I feel just lazier. You're sweating all the time and you just want to lie around. I mean, ideally next to a pool or next to a beach, which is great in general if you can afford it. But you know, my partner has to work, although he was off 1 month now, and that also is a very new thing for us. That was just amazing because here in Sweden you kind of are forced, you know, I don't want to use the word forced because it's so negative, but they encourage you a lot at work to take a long period of time, and my partner was happy to do that. And he took off 4 weeks, which, yeah, as I said, was just amazing. And it was a first for us. We could really enjoy the family. Obviously, we just bought a house. We spent a lot of time, you know, furniture shopping and painting and that kind of stuff. But it was still amazing having my partner around all the time. Having 2 little children is not easy most of the time, especially not by myself. So that was really lovely. But yeah, it's obviously the temperature is a personal preference. I like it a little bit cooler or just having a few days of like hot summers, and I find Sweden is quite ideal. I remember when I used to live in Singapore for 1 year, it was just too much, you know, it was hot all the time. And I felt also people just like to spend their time indoors, or at least during the day where there's air conditioning, which defeats a little bit the purpose of having such nice weather. And then because you're working, you can't really hang out next to a pool all the time either. So I really missed the seasons when I lived in Singapore. And that's one reason why I love Sweden as well. So not too hot summers, but still enough to really, really enjoy ourselves. I guess also this year, it was actually quite convenient that the weather maybe wasn't 100% nice all the time because we had to do quite a lot of things, you know, furniture shopping, as I mentioned already. And when it's super hot, you don't want to do that either. So yeah, 2 things which is just amazing about summer in Sweden is everyone appreciates it. Everyone wants you to take off time, you know, and enjoy the summer. And then secondly, which is quite personal, it's not too hot, but you can still hang out by the beach a few times, and it's just magical, really. The sea, the nature, the lakes, it's incredible. I really, really love that about Sweden. And then just a few other updates. We still don't have a car. It takes forever, but I literally just got a confirmation that we can pick it up in 2 weeks, which is amazing. So it's going to happen, and that means also we can explore a little bit more, go outside of Stockholm a little bit more. Of course, we could have done that anyways, but it's just got so much harder having 2 little kids, although my 5-month-old daughter hates car seats, you know, driving the car, so that will be fun. If you know any cure to that, apart from maybe just growing older, let me know in the comments down below. But still, I'm very hopeful that we can make a few little trips outside of Stockholm very soon. And then language, guys, I feel almost a bit unlucky, but also, you know, it takes a lot of effort to learn a language and to make time for it. I feel very guilty most of the time, but then at the same time, I can see my life. And then, as I mentioned, time is flying. You know, at the beginning, I started a course, but then I got thrown out just because I was in the wrong district. Of course, I could have signed up immediately again and starting a new course, but it was a bit inconvenient and I was a bit lazy. And then I started finally again after the birth of my daughter with a one-on-one coach, and she just decided not to do it anymore after 1 lesson. I don't know if I was really bad, but I signed up for a new course. All good things are 3 or something like that. And it starts in October, and it's actually quite intense. It's 3 times a week, 1.5 hours. So I will try to do that. I definitely want to do it. You know, I'm going to the gym now as well, where they speak Swedish. And although I understand bits and bobs, but I'm nowhere near understanding proper conversations. And obviously talking is another level. But yeah, I'm doing it. I keep promising you here on YouTube videos, but I'm 100% confident that these videos come where I speak a little bit of Swedish, show off my skills, and you then correct me if I'm doing things wrong, but it's going to happen, I promise you. And yeah, kids, I mentioned it already, my oldest daughter is going to start new preschool in about 2-3 weeks. This will be exciting for her, and I really cross my fingers that this kindergarten is really nice. It's a 5-minute walk compared to the 25-minute walk I had in Nacka. So that's really, really cool. I'm looking forward to that. And then yeah, my 5-month-old is 5-month-old, and I'm just looking after her and trying to enjoy my time with her. So conclusion, how do I feel after living in Sweden 1 year and 2 months? I feel there was a constant sorting things out for our lives. I also was 9 months pregnant, and then the newborn phase was very intense as well. So therefore, I felt there were some limitations and really in exploring Sweden properly. So hopefully this comes to an end now, and the intense phase of settling in Sweden calms down a little bit. I can't believe that 1 year in Sweden really passes by so quickly, and now I feel like we can explore more, we can really enjoy Sweden even more, although I have enjoyed Sweden very much for the past year and 2 months. So I really can't complain. For the most of it, I thought it was really, really amazing. And also because we are now 4, you know, having 2 little kids makes Sweden very, very exciting as well. I can't wait to explore Sweden with the little girls, go camping. I mentioned that a few times, but I think that's going to be quite exciting. Guys, there's so much to discover in Sweden. I am really, really excited. But the good thing is I still feel that our life has slowed down a little bit compared to London, where we really lived pretty central. Although time is flying, I feel we calm down a little bit and can enjoy things a little bit more, and yeah, things are a bit slower. I know this sounds a little bit controversial, but yeah, that's how it is. It is kind of slowed down a little bit, but time is still flying. Maybe also when you have little kids, you are busy and occupied all the time. So that's why it maybe is a little bit fast paced, but still quite enjoyable. So yeah, I'm interested now in the next month. We have August now, and as far as I remember, it was quite chilly last year, which I was very surprised about it, because normally, like in London, it was still fairly warm, but it looks still over 20 degrees now, so we might have a really nice August. I will definitely keep you updated in my next live updates. But yeah, until then, thanks so much for watching till the end. I hope I will see you in my next video. Until then, have a great day and stay safe. Hey då!